During the Bloom event in Ostend, Belgium in July, we got talking with a couple of the participants and organisers. What struck us was how different these people all are, in their reasons for being there, but also in their approach to their profession or hobby. But they do share one thing: their incredible passion for all things floral. One of Belgium's top designers hopes that the sheer size of his works, with thousands and thousands of flowers, will make people dream and will help them to become more ambitious about what they can achieve themselves. One of his colleagues told us that they shouldn't take themselves too seriously. After all, he said, anybody can stick flowers into something. Give me someone with a passion for flowers and a willingness to learn, and he or she will be making decent floral arrangements after a couple of months. One of the participants in a contest for professionals told us he'd made a complete career change in his mid-40s. You have to take into account the things you're not very good at, he said. I'm not really handy, so I keep the mechanics very straightforward. I make detailed drawings and I prepare everything in advance, so I don't have to improvise once I've started on the work itself. All very down to earth, of course. But on the other hand, he's also convinced that you need to study subjects like the history of the arts to grow to a higher level of creative expression. A passion for flowers can be a late discovery in life, or not. One of the entries for the amateurs competition was from a 13-year-old. And then there was a lady who's so full of ideas and creativity that she doesn't want to be limited by one single style. So she followed courses in the traditional style, freestyle and ikebana. Passion for flowers can lead to a team of volunteers working days and nights on a grand design by a top professional florist. I've already mentioned the volunteers. Tired as they are, some of them didn't hesitate to just keep going and enter work themselves in one of the competitions. It's amazing to see the energy. But passion is there just as well in the work of the young amateur who told us she can spend €100 on work from time to time, and that's it. I've won a couple of second prizes, she said, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to win first prize this time either. The winning design will be offered as a present to the Queen, and the theme is the sea, and I've made a jellyfish. But they're not going to give a jellyfish to the Queen, I think. So she's one of many who are struggling to express themselves, but also need to stay sufficiently mainstream if they want to achieve something more than their personal satisfaction with their own creativity. And the design was so diverse. The team of the sea led participants to designs with not only the jellyfish, but also a mermaid and even a tiny live fish in a bottle. creativity runs broader still. A semi-professional photographer was taking pictures of his wife's large, kind of avant-garde ikebana arrangements. They hope it will turn into a beautiful book. And there was a sculpture. He was examining the works to learn how people express themselves through shapes in space, like he does, but made of flowers, not wood, stone or metal. And people go to great lengths to make a success of things. One participant arrived nearly a week before the start of the event to just get a feel of the whole atmosphere before designing anything at all. The event organizers as well had a couple of tips. A classical style grand hotel is of course a beautiful setting for a floral event, but it's so much more difficult to manage than a venue where all the preparations can be done behind closed doors. Also, if you organize an event, and especially a large event with lots of different parties and designers, it's important to be clear about what's expected from everyone. But how do florists combine all their different activities? Well, they all seem to tackle it in their own way. One florist told us he frees time and money by pooling marketing and purchasing with a couple of carefully selected colleagues. Family members help out at events. Volunteers put in lots of hours. A trusted friend takes over the shop for a couple of days. Organizer Dries van der Woude, for one, did not let practicality slow him down. His mother told us that his shop seems too small for him from time to time and that he needs to do something big. And that's exactly what he did at Bloom in Ostend.
What exactly is your responsibility in this event?
Okay, in this event I'm quite responsible for the entire coordination of things. I had to search for the sponsors, I had to search for the florists. It's quite a mixture of tasks, and until it all was done in a small team, I had to do something of everything.
Okay, so all-round job and full-time as well?
If you want to do it good, there's just one way, it's a full-time job.
Yeah, okay. So, you being a florist, having a shop, why did you take up this extra job?
Well, the shop I have like for 10 or 11 years now, and for me it's just a challenge in things to be involved in a larger flower show or a larger floral scheme and scene. This way you get out of the shop, you do something with flowers on another scale. It's very appealing.
Okay, not only appealing I think, but maybe also you learn new things?
You learn much. Actually, I think I learned this last year more than in the last 4 years of flower working.
Okay.
You see all the techniques of people, you see all the ideas of people. Also you get in the thing of the sponsoring and talking to people in another way you used to be.
Yeah, great. Now, what's the point of organising such a large event? What was the idea behind it?
We came together last year with some florists in Belgium, and we had the idea that nothing happens fast enough or good enough to let people still be confronted with flowers. And this way, we saw that people were occupied with the computers and the internet, and people just forget about flowers. And we felt that if nobody was going to solve this, we'd do it ourselves. And the idea came up, and we just made it a big floral show on a touristic spot where there's a lot of people, and they cannot avoid it. There's no way to avoid this. So they have to see the flowers in some days, and I hope they will be astonished by it.
Yeah, okay. You're doing a full-time, all-round job, and you must have a team behind you. Any idea how many people are involved in what are they doing?
Okay. Key persons to plan this thing were 2 or 3 people already a year, and it's quite a tiny group to work with for such an event. But at the end, I think 250 to 300 people will have participated in some way into this event.
Okay. And you just named key people. Who are these people, and what is their key job?
That's Martine Mommen. She's a floral designer from Tongeren in the other side of Belgium, and she's responsible for the marketing and the press.
Okay.
And then there is Stef Adriaansen. He's kind of taking a role as an art director of things, and he just is here to make sure there's a certain line in things, and the coordination came for me.
Okay, fine. Yeah, they were both already featured in floral design magazines before. Just in August, I think, we had the floral bouquets, the wedding bouquets, and that's Martin Mommen who did that. Surely there's more to this than just flowers and coordination. What type of job did you also do for the event?
Actually, to be clear in this, I think I did something, I did all things a little bit. Okay. So of course the coordination came to me, but if you're on the job and you see somebody working in the flower pieces, you just, if you have a minute, you just go on helping. If there's something that has to be arranged from press, you just fall in. It's a mixture of all tasks.
Okay. You already mentioned that you were also looking for sponsors, so the whole show has been financed only by sponsors? Or?
Yeah, we started out with a couple of €1,000, but in the end, if you was to buy such a show, you will end up with, I think, €500,000-600,000 to have it done. And it is a great example of people in the sector, in the branch, in the floral industry, all working together, all giving a little piece of themselves in this, is it in time or in money or in flowers or in effort or in logistics, and this combination results in a very spectacular floral show.
Your management skills, they must be great. So, was your shop open during the whole time of the preparation of this event?
I had to close during the last year 2 weeks and several mixture days, and this last 2 weeks just for the event I'm closed as well. So at the end I'll be closing, I think, 20 to 30 days to have things done. But meanwhile I was working in the shop for the event and for the shop. So it was a combination of things, indeed.
Okay. Now, preparing a show is great. It's fun, because that's what should be behind it as well, fun. Now, what is the highlight of the show for you? Okay,
you just mentioned it yourself. For me, it's I get chicken goose from this. You work with people who are having fun. They have a passion. Everybody is volunteer. Every florist comes out of volunteer. They come from the other side of France, of Belgium, of Holland. People are going to participate in a competition. They come from Paris, or other ones from Amsterdam or from Germany, just to register for a floral piece in a competition. Yeah. The growers themselves, they are voluntarily giving the flowers to let them use in the most proper way. That's the fascination behind, for me, and the most beautiful thing for me. It's all about passion and just people willing to do something. Of course, the result will be very amazing, but of all things, that's the most fun thing and special thing to me, is this people.
Yeah, okay. Working with people, not just flowers, but the combination of flowers and people, and I think what you mentioned, the passion behind it.
The people with passion, the passionate people. Yeah, it's very nice to see.
Okay. As a floral design magazine, we're of course interested in trends in floristry. So, what are the new trends in floristry, do you think?
There's quite some things, and as we go on in Europe, and we tend to have quite some history already about techniques and designs in Belgium and Holland especially, and still I'm very convinced that here we'll see a ton of things that are new, especially in the two competitions. It should be like 120 floral pieces made to the very best of possibilities of the contributors or the participants. So I'm pretty sure there shall be new discoveries in there. I cannot give you already what's going to be the most spectacular or new technique.
And we really sincerely thank you very, very much, not just for making time during a full week of hard work, but also for coming up with the idea of showing and sharing your passion for flowers and nature together with us and with the readers of Floral Design and with everybody in Ostend and all the tourists that will come and surely hope will visit your show. Thank you very, very much.
I hope sincerely you can make it to see the final result, and I hope you can take it to the Floral Design readers, because they shall see very beautiful things from all over Europe in this show.
We've just met Patrick. Hello, Patrick.
Hello.
Patrick van Oudenhoven, who's going to tell you things about the work he's made and all his ideas about making floral designs. So hello, Patrick. Thank you very much for making some time for us. Could you please introduce yourself to our floral design readers?
Hi, my name is Patrick van Oudenhoven. Of course, I'm from Belgium. I'm not a native speaker, so excuse me if my English is not that good. I worked for 25 years in a bank, and I had there some of creative job, but somehow I have found other expectations, another way to make my living. And now I'm working as a floral designer. This is only just about 2 years I'm doing this. Like you said, I give workshops, and now I'm taking part at the contests.
Yes.
And I made a design, and the theme was about wind. And I thought about it, and I made first of all I made a drawing, and I had some ideas about how to work it out, because that is kind of difficult, how to visualize things about abstract things like wind. And I thought about the sea, because we are sitting here in Ostende, near to the coast, near to the sea. And I found a piece of wood, sorry, and I integrated it in my floral design. And it's a long piece, straight away. And there I put some, I don't know the English word, reed. We have to look it up. I forgot it. It's called in Latin. It's called Phragmites communis or Phragmites australis. So it's coming from Australia, but it's growing near to the rivers. We call it reed in Dutch, but it's called, we think, reed.
Reed in English, and it's reed you should be looking for.
I made a design with the piece of wood, and I just could work it out as I have made it on my piece of paper. What for me is important is, as a floral designer, you have to think about concepts, and you have to think about structure and try to visualize it. So it's much more than flower arrangements for me. And I see now here in Europe that more and more people are thinking about floral design as a kind of art, kind of making art. And for me that is important as well, because I always thought about art, about structure, about forms, about colors and so on. And now I can make my living doing making arrangements or making some flower arrangements and thinking about art as well, and that's really important for me. Mm-hmm. Trying to be creative is the most important thing for me in life.
And maybe also, like we've heard before from some other designers, having fun while you're doing it and following your passion.
My passion, yes. My passion is art, and when you can do this, thinking about colors and forms and can sell this to people, that's really fantastic.
Okay.
But
now, sorry to interrupt you, but if you are working with people and during your workshops, what do they want to learn from you? What do you teach them? What do you tell them?
Mostly, unfortunately, I think people just want to learn simple things. I'm always astonished that they want to follow what I show. Some of them are a bit of creative, but most of the people like that I buy the flowers, I do something before them, and they just follow what I'm doing. But bit by bit, they're going, they're changing, and they're more and more creative.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
They don't feel secure enough in the beginning, and so they want to make something beautiful, they follow you, but then they learn and get better and better at it, and then creativity comes into it. Any tips to people who, like you, have a certain job but would like to follow their passion and are doubting whether they're going to do it? What's the big tip you can give people to follow their passion?
You didn't ask me that before. Tip. Try to be yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's very hard to try to be yourself in this world, because everything is turning around money and money and money. And try some, I should say, a point where you can be yourself and be part of the world. That is the point you have to find. That's very, very hard because myself, I'm 50 years old almost, and it took me 30 years to find where I'm now. So it's not easy, but it had to be that way, and it was a strong feeling I had the last year, so I changed.
Okay. Was this the first time you entered a competition, or?
It's the second time in a real competition, and fortunately last year in Belgium, in Aldenbiesen, I won the competition.
Oh, congratulations! Okay.
It was some kind of a tapestry we had to make, and we made some knots, 13,000 knots, and
I see.
it was beautiful because it was made with tifa, lisdode in Dutch, and we sort of scratched it in small pieces, and that we made knotted of. So it was very beautiful, but a hell of a work.
Okay, well, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.
Good morning, Vivian. I'm going to film while you are putting that piece together. So you have cut all the stems.
Yeah,
Okay.
in a freestyle.
Freestyle.
So when you want to make an arrangement and you don't have any tools in
Okay.
your kitchen, you just cut the stems of the flowers. You fill a cup or,
Fill.
or a wine glass, whatever you feel like. Then you continue cutting.
Till the vase is full.
Yeah,
Okay.
then it will hold your flowers. If you feel you put too much, you just remove one and put the flower. But here I have the feeling it's not too much, so I can add flowers to have a centerpiece.
So when you give workshops,
Yeah.
okay, and can you tell us a bit of where you're from and what you're doing?
Yeah, I am Lebanese. I have a flower shop in Dubai, and I came especially to Ostend for the exhibition.
Okay, you've been here for a week now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted, to be in the ambience, in the spirit
Okay,
of what's going on.
the atmosphere
Yeah,
was
I
important
love
to
it.
you.
Really.
Okay,
I did an ikebana in the park, but the weather was not helping.
oh,
But you still can see the ikebana.
Okay.
It's in a big urn. It is in the Royal Park. It existed already. So I wanted to use it.
okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. you.